We've woken up to rain this morning. I don't know if Gordon is officially Gordon right now or not, but we have rain. We're going to have rain, and 2 to 3 inches, 2 to 4 inches, something like that. We'll see. And I've got Stripe here in the cat hotel with the food, and Morris, Marty, and Tux are on the other platform. I'm just trying to keep the camera dry, and I have on a rain jacket, but stay dry myself. Here are the other kitties. Morris is a little concerned because I have on the hoodie, I think. Don is starting to make calls to our insurance and relentless collision repair and carry, and see if we can't get the ball rolling on whatever we need to do with Ruby. So last night I was pulling the TeslaFi data for our trip, and I noticed that Ruby, according to the TeslaFi records, showed that she was still at the sheets where we pulled into to exchange information with the other driver in the accident. And that happened about, I guess the last time it happened was the 7th of September, although it might have actually happened a few days before that. The last time I scrolled back and looking where she parked at night, but she thought she was still at the Fuquay splash pad. She thought she was at South Park, and that went on for several days. And I know last night, I noticed in TeslaFi, because second time it's happened, that she's not said, "Oh, I'm home now." There's no drive record. There's a missing drive record from the sheets to the house, and that's why and TeslaFi says that, and that's why Ruby still shows that she's at the little one down here is trying to bite my glasses. She likes the tips of the glasses, right? Yes, I love you, but so I don't know. In the app, Ruby shows she's at home, right? Because that's just looking at the GPS data of where the car is. But the drive record is what TeslaFi seems to be relying on, and Ruby still thinks she's at Sheets. So Dawn's making an appointment that we're going to go probably take Ruby to get her looked at 1 p.m. by Relentless Collision and Carry. And we had talked about taking her out today to South Park to walk, even in the rain, because it's a light rain, hoping that it would update it. Because for us, one of the things that happened that really kind of hit home this morning is Ruby charged up to 80%, and she stopped at 8:23 a.m. And that's because since she's not at home, she doesn't know she's supposed to stop charging at 6 a.m. And so she kept on charging, and it's really just a few cents and not a big deal, but certainly not something we want to be repeating. So I don't know if, the cell signal was bad and the car couldn't report that data, and that's why the drive record was lost. That can certainly happen. Or the last update that went on has some sort of a bug, or TeslaFi's got a bug, or the API that Tesla has, third-party apps like TeslaFi using, has some sort of a bug. I don't have any real inkling as to where that problem is. Just that it was annoying, and we've noticed, and you don't want your car saying it's not at home when it's really at home, mostly. Yep, it's just a nice gentle rain out here. The heavier wind and rain is supposed to be late afternoon, evening commute time, up until midnight or whatever. So, yeah. I told Dawn I'd really still like to walk today. We just put our rain jacket on, no weight vests, and just get out there for a little bit, because we didn't walk yesterday, and it could be raining tomorrow morning too. And with me going shopping, I might skip tomorrow, but I don't want to skip 2 days in a row. I feel like I need to move a little bit. Hi, are you snoozing there? Hi, bud. Good morning. I am so sorry Johnny's not here today for you. Really, I am. I'm so sorry. I'll try to make it up to you. But I know you'd rather have Johnny. Poor thing. We are up here at South Park, and Dawn is driving me around the Pogo Loop. We're going to get out and walk in the rain, but I don't want to have to fool with my phone. It'd just be less stressful if I can just walk and not have to worry about what's going on with Pokemon.
And that, and the fact the camera doesn't like water either.
Right, the camera doesn't like water, and neither do the Pogo watches like water. So anyway, we have an appointment 11 a.m. on Wednesday with Relentless Collision and Carry. Dawn filed the claim with State Farm, or let State Farm know about the incident, even though it shouldn't be against our insurance company. But if we need help, then State Farm should get involved to help. So I guess we've done all we can do for today. We've documented with both dash cams and the pictures and the police report and the guy's insurance card, and we've got all that stuff up on Google Drive in a folder, so it's handy. State Farm wanted the accident reported online. They preferred online now versus you talking to someone, which I suppose is the SD card filled up. State Farm wanted the report filed online, and I suppose that's for the better, because that way you've got all the numbers and things right there, and you can do it at your speed, and you can type it in, and you can make sure nothing gets transposed. And I mean, it probably wasn't the worst, right? So Dawn,
I think it was better.
Yeah, Dawn handled that part. And all I was saying is, I guess we've done what we can do for today. I'm supposed to go out with Sam on Wednesday, so it may just be Dawn driving Ruby to get the estimate ball rolling. You know, I'm worried about the guy's insurance. I'm worried about being given a hard time about going to a Tesla certified shop. I'm worried about parts and how long it'll take. I don't care if they don't fix it for 2 months. What I care about, though, is once they get it back to me quick. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully Dawn can convey that for me. But I'm sure that's everybody's wish, right? I'm sure that's what everybody wants when they drop their car off, is for it to come back, be repaired in as short an amount of time as possible. I don't know if we're going to get offered a rental while they have it or not. I don't know if I care about a rental. Last time I said no, and I just drove the van. I mean, why have a rental? Why raise everyone's insurance by having a rental that I don't need? But I don't know. If they're going to give me a Model S 100D or performance brand new plaid Model S or something to drive around while they have Ruby, damn straight I want it. But if they're just going to give me some podunk ice car, I don't think I want to deal with that. I'd be better off in a vehicle I'm used to driving than some vehicle I've never driven before. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, we're just doing the route. I'm finishing up over here while I'm running my mouth, and then we're going to go get out here and walk for a bit. It's only going to get more rainy and more windy. It's already kind of windy out there.
The last time we had Ruby in for collision repair, she was in for like 3 weeks. It was a really long time, and that was very frustrating. And Marianne drove the van because we didn't have Jules at the time. Now, realistically, what's going to happen is she's going to drive Jules, and then rental car, GMC, I don't know. We'll deal with the other transport for me, but I don't have a whole lot of driving to do, so we'll see. We'll work it out.
Right, we do more driving together than apart. And if you need to hop to Dollar General or someplace in town, you could take the GMC or the van. So you're right. And I'll just be driving Jules. That is a big difference. But I guess last time I was so against a rental versus driving the van, which I'm used to, that I just went that route. And plus, I'm not trying to. I want to be taken care of, but I don't need to make somebody pay. Like, the rental cars are expensive, and that jacks up everybody's insurance. And if I don't need it, I don't need it. It just seems silly. Right. But again, or a Rivian or some other really cool electric vehicle. Yeah. If they're going to give me an electric vehicle, I will drive it, a rental. Right. But if it's not electric, I'm just probably made up my mind. I want no part of it. I got my own gas vehicle at home.
Right. So the other thing that's different now is that I have gone on and got a J1772 adapter for the Tesla wall connector. So we can actually charge a J1772 car, because other than Teslas, everybody's still using J1772, and of course they're going to NACS, but right now only Tesla has NACS, and we don't have the Gen 3 that Magic Dock wall connector. We just have the old version 2 wall connector. But again, that the adapter charges at 40 amps, which is all that we have available anyway, so it works great for us, and we've used it several times.
Yeah, pretty much everything in life gets in the way of exercise, and I'm just determined today. Trying to set a good example here. We would go to that new indoor track and test it out up there at the golf course, but they're not done building it yet, so I look forward to that being an option though on days like this.
Yeah, well, at least it's not really cold or anything. I mean,
No.
Trust me, I'm wearing my little weatherproof jacket here, and I'm glad I've got it on because, you know, the wind's blowing enough that once you get wet, it could be pretty cool.
Right. Well, for those of you that don't live on the East Coast or near a shore, when these lows come in, the wind is counterclockwise, at least on the front side of the storm. And I guess continues. The lows are counterclockwise. Anyway, there's a certain way the wind blows in these little storms, and it feels like that today. It's supposed to get gustier. I hope not. This would be fine if it just stays just like this and we just get a bunch of rain. We did drive Ruby up here because we're trying to get a clean drive record home, so TeslaFi and Ruby will think that she's at home.
That's right. Because last night it didn't cut off charging until 8:30. It should have cut off at 6. But TeslaFi has location, and it said if you're at home charging, turn off at 6 a.m. Well, Ruby didn't think she was at home, or TeslaFi didn't think Ruby was at home.
Yeah, the app thinks she's home, but...
Yeah, the Tesla, the app on the phone thinks she's at home. The car knows where it is. This is definitely a bug in TeslaFi connectivity or some type of... Marianne said there's a missing drive record.
Yeah, there's a missing drive record, which I'm not saying is TeslaFi's fault. That sounds like a Tesla API,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, you know, cellular connectivity in the car issue. But it's happened twice now in the last month. I'm like, Ruby's not at the splash pad. Ruby's sitting in the garage. And when it gets messed up, there's nothing short of driving it and getting a new drive record home that will fix it. And to be clear, the whole time we've had Ruby, this has never happened really before this last 2 times. This is super unusual and not a problem we've really had before. So I'm not blaming TeslaFi. I want to be clear. Just letting you see that we have had a significant amount of rain, and it's picked up, and it's pouring over top of the track here. We're on our 7th lap. This is the last one. We're close to 2 miles. What are you gonna do when you get home?
I'm gonna put air in Ruby's tires.
We have a tire alert for 36. You know, a few weeks ago when it was really hot, she was at 42.
Yeah.
And there really aren't any leaks. Well, let's hope we didn't pick up a nail in this tire. But the front right's also at 36. The rain in the parking lot and sitting over there really cooled the tires down.
Yes, it's very cool today.
Yes, well, it's a good thing, Donnie, that it happened to you while you're driving, because if it had happened to me, I would have been more mouthy.
Yeah. Yeah, like she wasn't.
Well, I just let him know that I considered it urgent now, that it be handled when we get home, because it better not happen. I ain't got enough stress in my life without tire pressure alerts happening.
That's right.
Especially after last night. And oh, by the way, my Apple Watch wasn't charged. And then on the walk, my phone died.
Oh, boy.
And I'm just, you know, I may not be having the best day ever. So let's not add things to it.
She's a little right now. Okay, so the two scales here are showing the two sensors. The top scale, which is yellow, is channel 1, and that one is yellow. That one is, so this one is the Genie obstruction sensor, and the bottom one is the LiftMaster obstruction sensor. Obviously, they don't run at the same frequency, and obviously I got it syncing right now on the LiftMaster, so the two are not syncing the same. I mean, they're not the same frequency, so they're not the same. The Genie is a much higher frequency than the LiftMaster sensors, but they both operate seemingly the same way. That the negative leading edge of that pulse resets a monostable multivibrator, so that if the vibrator times out, then it's obstructed, and if which would happen if you block it. So there's the Genie is blocked, and it's off the scale right now. And here's the there's the LiftMaster one. So anyway, I'm going to hook them up to a. I'm not going to hook them together. That's not the goal of this thing. I was just setting up my little bench here to test simultaneously to get the feel for how they work. And they basically work very similar, just at different frequencies, so they're not compatible. Since I'm trying to get it to work with the Genie, at this point I'm going to disconnect the LiftMaster and just focus on the Genie.
I am making some afternoon coffee, and I'm going to work on the gourd house. I just finished editing yesterday's video. I'll try to remember to go release it sooner than later. I think I'm going to end up reworking these steps a little bit. I don't like the randomness. I'd rather they just look more uniform. Anyway, it's only 3:40, and Lego will improve my mood. Poor Gray didn't stay with me very long while I was editing today, even though I did all my editing in there, because we had really loud thunder and she went and hid under the couch. Poor girl. I pleaded with her to come back out, and she just wouldn't come back out. I don't know where Stripe is, but that's Morris. Hi. Hi, buddy. There's food up top. Just go up top and eat some. Hi, I love you. Stay dry. We're closing in on 2 inches with hours more of this to go. You can see the water here in the creek, I think. Right in front of the gnome home, it's really rushing. And then if you look over here, you can see it rushing too. Dawn's just in from the garage. It's around 5:30. I'm warming up leftovers. We've got ribs and we've got cheese stuffed chicken breast. And I'm still working on my Lego, and he worked on his project in the garage. I don't know if he shot me any videos today or not. He came in really tired. He hadn't got to watch the Alabama game because he did, he was there for me and Johnny this weekend. He's taking a nap, enjoying the rain, and watching the Alabama game, which I don't think he's heard the score, and I haven't either, so he should be able to enjoy it if he isn't watching his eyelids too closely. I did take food out to Tux, and I did get Stripe to come inside for a little bit with Marty to eat, so it's all good. Well, it is really starting to take shape as a little house, isn't it? I've got most of this bright orange color put on. I found the little elfin girl with the beekeeper's shirt. I am going to put add a beehive. I decided to go dark turquoise with the front door as a backdrop for her instead of dark brown, because this other door only comes in medium brown, and I'm not having a dark brown and a medium brown door on the same house. That's just not happening. I used a little mushroom with the face, and I've made the shutters look the same, or the sides, and added the butterflies. I'm adding lots of little touches as I go. So it's coming along quite nicely, but it's time for us to eat, so I'm stopping for the night. It's not falling apart. You know, there's pieces on the side were just sitting there, and they kept on coming off, and I was past ready to secure them. There's a white piece that goes in here, but I don't have it yet, and so I put a 1x6 across there just to keep this stuff from moving around. And anyway, it's coming along pretty good.